That's been the thing. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The thing that I think about quite often is what my good sister Athena said. And, Athena said this, and it's always stuck with me once I heard it. But that's the fact that people don't care about black and brown bodies. Right? That's why all of the things that have occurred, all of the atrocities that have occurred, all of the harm and death that's been brought upon black people, and not just black people within the U.S., but black people globally. All the hurt, harm, danger, all of those things that have been brought on black and brown bodies across the world. It's literally because people don't care about black and brown bodies. And so since they don't care, they're expendable. And not just expendable in the sense of like, oh, we are going to, take this person's life and it's not a big deal, but expendable to the point of like enslaving and killing and using for resources, but not actually, allowing black people and brown people to benefit. Katie Marie, if you all are in for one side or the other, then you're part of the problem. Katie Marie, shut up. No, I'm no niceties, no mince my words. Just shut the fuck up. Like seriously, you literally came up here and you ran. You ran twice. I've already done this stupid ass song and dance with you. I have no interest in doing it again. Like you have no facts. You have no information. Like you sitting here saying, oh, it's both sides. No, it's stupid people like you. Like literally, you're the reason we're in the position that we're in right now because you voted for fucking Donald Trump. No, it's not both sides. It's not both sides because right now, the only two sides are fascists and non-fascists. Katie Marie, I'm going to go ahead and mute the hell out of you. And either you can come up here and defend your position or you can fuck off. Like, seriously. I'm so tired of you being stupid in the comment section. But the point that I'm getting to is that they don't care about black and brown bodies. And since they don't care about black and brown bodies, they're willing to exploit black and brown bodies until they break. That's what we're dealing with. So even when we talk about the situation that happened in Columbia, South Carolina, I'm from South Carolina, and I live about 15, 17 years in Columbia, South Carolina. And what happened on Park Lane in Columbia, South Carolina, I've literally been to that store, right? I know the area, I know the people. Like I've literally been in the store. And what's even more disheartening when it comes to the situation with the 14-year-old that lost his life in Columbia, South Carolina, is a similar situation happened to my cousin. Like literally, and this is something I haven't talked about. I don't think I've ever told you guys on stream, but I was talking to my wife about this the other day. But I remember trigger warning. I'll give everyone a trigger warning. Absolutely give you guys a trigger warning before I start to speak. I was about, I want to say I was around 10 years old. And it was maybe about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was asleep. And I heard my mom screaming at the top of her lungs at about 2 o'clock in the morning. and I was so confused as far as what happened. And I just heard her saying, they shot him. And I was like, what? And she gets me and my sister dressed. You know, I'm 10, my sister's 11. We get in the car, we take off across town. And my cousin, who was at that time about 16, 17, he wasn't even 18 yet. He had been shot, right? And not only was he shot, but he was shot in the back. Well, come to find out, what happened was he was out with some of his friends, and they went to this thing called the Ice House. And in upstate South Carolina, they have things called ice houses where they sell alcohol, where they'll sell it on Sunday, even though South Carolina has blue laws, so you can't sell alcohol on Sundays. But he was at an ice house, him and his friends. He wasn't old enough, so he didn't go in. He was sitting in the car. His friends was like, hey, they are old enough. They're 18. Well, not old enough to purchase alcohol, but 18 and old enough to go into the ice house and get alcohol for people to sell it, to 18-year-olds, right? And so my cousin was in the car sitting and waiting for his friends to come back out. And he was like, man, what's taking him so long? And he finally got out of the car and he started walking towards the door because he wanted to go find out what was taking so long. And his friends bust through the door and run past him. And so he saw his friends running, so he turns around to run, and the owner comes out of the ice house and lets off shots, shoots my cousin in the back, and he dies. Well, come to find out that his friends went there and said the guy owed them money, and the guy was like, I'm not going to give you the money. And so they was like, well, we'll rob you. And then the guy pulled out a gun and they took off running, right? My cousin didn't know any of this. He just thought that they were going to pick up alcohol. He didn't know about the money or anything. He just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong people. But he lost his life in a very similar situation. And the guy that killed him got off scot-free as well. No charges, no time, no nothing. My cousin, who wasn't involved, was an accomplice. His friends actually didn't even rob the guy. They just threatened to rob the guy, and he pulled out his weapon, and they started running. Mind you, that him and all of his friends, none of them were older than 19 years old. He was like 17. The oldest guy was like 19. But that was something that had a huge effect on me when I was younger, right? In two ways. One, to this day, I'm terrified to get phone calls in the middle of the night. Like anytime that my phone rings and it's like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm literally terrified because, I associate that with death. But number two, it was a very, very valuable lesson that I learned at that age, which is that people, especially in the South, at least at the time, I thought it was the South because, that's where I was, but people in the South had the ability to kill Black people, especially young Black men, without anything happening. So that was a wake-up call for me at like 10 years old. I say all that to say I'm nothing if not a realist, right? I'm nothing if not a realist. So people may remember like when Donald Trump got elected and they were trying to pass the BBB. And so many people were saying like, oh, it's so unpopular. It's not going to pass. It's not going to pass. And then Republicans or even saying like, oh, Donald Trump, no. We can't let you do this. And I was saying, no, that it's going to pass. Like, they're going to pass that legislation. I said the Republicans will whine and cry and pretend that they have some type of moral compass. And then they're going to pass the legislation. Hell, yesterday, Lindsey Graham won his primary. And multiple people were like, hey, Santana, Lindsey Graham, we're finally going to get him out of here. South Carolina, we're going to get him gone. And I'm like, we'll see. Lindsey Graham, who has been in office for the longest, who is widely unpopular, who is the most loud pro-Israel senator that we have. Like, I was reading Bob Woodward's War, and when I tell you, Lindsey Graham has been ride or die for Israel. And for everyone to finally be on the fuck Israel train, including the right, Lindsey Graham still won his primary yesterday in South Carolina. And I was telling people before the election, like, it'll be nice if we get Lindsey Graham out of here, but I wouldn't hold my breath because I'm a realist. And so when people start talking about Carmelo Anthony and, you know, the trial and when his verdict will come out, I knew what they were going to do. There was nothing about that verdict that shocked me yesterday. Nothing. Just like there's nothing that's going to shock me, or I'm not going to be shocked when Chud the Builder walks free. I remember when I was on Jubilee and I was debating, and one of Ro Khanna's prompts was, we have a two-tier justice system. He's like, we shouldn't have a two-tier justice system. And before I even got a chance to debate him, when I first got the question, I said, oh, you're wrong. Oh, there's not a two-tier justice system. There's a three-tier justice system. Because you may be rich, which is a different justice system for the rich, the super wealthy. You may be white, which there's a different justice system for white people, and then you're everyone else. So there's absolutely three tiers of justice. And so I think these last couple of weeks has shown us the staggering effect of the three-tier justice system. The fact that white people find themselves vindicated in as far as like free Rick Child, or Rick Child did nothing wrong. But then at the same time, like, yeah, Carmelo Anthony got him good. They talked about George Floyd, and as George Floyd died on our screens in front of our eyes, they told us that he died from a drug overdose as we watched him fucking die in front of us with a knee on the back of his neck. They literally told us that, oh, well, he had drugs in his system. That's what they told us. And then after telling us that he had drugs in his system and he died, they then dressed up as him as for a Halloween costume. But somebody dressed up as Charlie Kirk and they lost their shit. Hell, Drewski dressed up as Erica Kirk and they really lost their shit. But somebody dressed up as Charlie Kirk and they lost their shit. And people wonder why I make as many Charlie Kirk jokes as I can. I make as many Charlie Kirk jokes as I possibly can because fuck Charlie Kirk and fuck them too. They have no sympathy or morale. They have no remorse. They don't care about black and brown bodies. I'm not going to mince nor hold my words. I'm also going to not pretend that it's a black and white thing, right? That's something I absolutely have to call out because a lot of people get it confused, right? A lot of people get it confused and they see me and my friendship with Parker and Dean and Brett and Matt and Fax. They see me and in one breath they say, well, Santana's a racist. He's a racist. He hates white people. But then at the same time, they love calling me a token. Well, you know what? Those two things don't line up. Those two things don't equate because how can I, at the same time, hating white people and quote unquote being racist towards white people, also be a token? Make it make sense. But I digress. Because the point being is it's not a black and white thing. It's not just about black people and white people. It's literally about people that want to fight white supremacy. And I'll fight white supremacy and fascism with anyone, whether you're my friend or not. Like, I don't have to like you to fight white supremacy and fascism with you. I don't have to like you to protect you from white supremacy and fascism. But I damn sure will take the help of anyone that's actively trying to fight fascism and white supremacy. And yes, misogyny as well. I'm sorry, Kirby. You're absolutely right. W's in the chat for Kirby. You're absolutely right, Kirby. You're absolutely right, Kirby. And misogyny as well. Libertarian Mom sent you a request and I am muting you. Come up here and tell me about it. You said you hear a lot of victim mentality. You know what's funny though? You may hear a lot of victim mentality. Don't deny the request. Now you've been here this entire time and you've been chirping in the comment section. Don't deny the request. You've been Billy Badass in the comment section this entire time while I wasn't actually looking at you. But now that I see you, you fade into the distance. This is your last time. Either you accept the request or I'm just going to block you, you fucking coward. And I'm blocking you. That's the funny thing, because let's be real. These people are only the way they are because they think they can hide. These people are only the way they are because they're scared to put their face on the screen. They know that they can't go outside and do the shit and say the shit that they say online, so they hide. They hide behind burner accounts. They hide behind fake profile pictures. They hide behind fake names. They hide behind fake toughness. I get on this app every single day. TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, every single day. I put my face on the screen. I put my voice to my beliefs, and everything is recorded. At any point, if anyone is wondering where I stand on anything, if I said something or what happened, at any time, you can go to my YouTube page, Santana Speaks for You. You can watch my vlogs. You can watch my clips. You can watch it all. I don't hide from anything that I believe. I don't mince my words, and I stand on business. Anyway, the point that I was trying to make is that it's not all white people. It's not. Hell, if it was literally all white people, then you would never see me interacting with any white people. But on a daily basis, I got Kay, which I love Kay to death. I got Parker, I got Dean, I got Brett, I got Matt, the librarian politics. And then, you know, I have actual real life friends. I got a friend, one of my best friends. He and I have been friends since elementary school. And we talk just about every other day. And it's funny. He watches my stuff and he's like, I have no fucking clue how you do it. And one of my best friends, he and I went to elementary school, middle school, and high school together. And then he went off to Appalachian State. He's now married with kids. And he's so white. He's so white that him, his wife, and his kids are thinking about moving to Ireland. That's how they're that type of white. But I say that to say, and petty. I say that to say, I'm not jaded by white people. Because I have some amazing people in my life that I believe in. I literally have some amazing people in my life, and that cross like race. I'm really lucky to have some super amazing people in my life. So I don't hold all white people accountable for the actions of other white people, but I do hold everyone accountable to actively fight racism, sexism, and fascism. And if you can't fight racism, sexism, and fascism with me, then I have no use for you. Daniel, I really don't give a shit about what you have to think or what you think. I'm just going to go ahead and mute you. I will say this, that a lot of people have a lack of understanding of when it comes to like how do you do the things, right? The question that white people love, you know, they like, this is the prepared question. What do I do to make sure that I'm not racist? How do I actively be anti-racist? What up, David? And while there's plenty of things that I can point to and say and all this other stuff, the way that I feel about people who want to be anti-racist or anti-sexist or anti-fascist, you have to educate yourself. You got to do the work. But more than anything, just do something. Like when Trump supporters come up here and they're like, oh, I regret my vote. I regret my vote. Yeah, cool story, bro. Do something. and do what you can do. Like, do what you can do. I promise you, not everyone is going to be able to lift the same weight, but you can lift what you can lift. I don't know. I just, there's nothing that surprises me about the world anymore. I am jaded when it comes to the world. I am jaded when it comes to to politics. But I'm not jaded when it comes to people. Not yet. Not yet. I still believe in people. There are some fuck-ass, shitty-ass people. And I may be naive. I may be naive. But I still believe in people. And I don't think I'll ever be able to give that one up. I can give a lot of shit up, but I don't think that I'll ever believe in, I don't think I'll ever get to the point where I just can't believe in people anymore. No matter how shitty people can be at times, I still believe in people. All right. I'm off my soapbox. I'm sorry, guys. I just had to get that off my chest. And now that I've done that, let's go ahead and get to why you guys actually came. Because you guys didn't come to hear me pontificate. You guys didn't come to hear me actually bloviate. You guys came to hear me debate. And I would like to debate. Because I'm good at it. And at least I can control that. That being said, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Let's get active.
Yeah. Funny how it changed now. Same people that laughed at clips, studying the clips now. Everybody got opinions till the facts land. Everybody loud till they gotta take a stand. Every stream feel like somebody betting they pride. I seen fake scholars fold in real time. Now they screenshot takes, run around and remix it, and pull up thinking somehow they can fix it. Nah, you stepped in the wrong room, donut. Huh. This ain't rage bait, this pressure. Patriarchy, race, class, labor, healthcare. I don't do surface level, I peel layers. And every time they think they got me cornered, numbers go higher. Chat flyer mods working, crowd waiting. Somebody finna get cooked tonight. Welcome to the ring now. Yeah. You talk big till the facts come out. Slap nuts, sit down. Go. Welcome to the ring now. Yeah. Got the whole chat screaming when the logic break down. Yeah. Welcome to the ring now. You ain't built for this smoke. Y'all slap nuts ain't got milk for these donuts, so pipe down. Yeah, you might drown. You don't want war with the king right now. I don't debate for applause, I debate for the record. Every false claim get dissected and severed. You rehearse outrage, I study the structure. Difference between noise and somebody with substance. You quote tweets, I quote policy. You want moments, I want honesty. You want ego boost and virality. I want mutual aid and stronger communities. That's the difference between you and me. See the problem? Different type timing. You came for clips, I came for alignment. Capital this, socialism that. Half these dudes can't define what they yelling in caps. Talking about free market while wages collapse. I watch your pivot arrive, I make it visible live. But this ain't never gonna be a place where evidence dies. You came all the way to be Santana for internet rap, while the whole chat waiting to see who got checked. Next, welcome to the ring now. Yeah. You talk big till the facts come out. Slap nuts, sit down. Go. Welcome to the ring now. Yeah. Got the whole chat screaming when the logic break down. Yeah. Welcome to the ring now. You ain't built for this smoke. Y'all slap nuts ain't got milk for these old donuts, so pipe down. Pipe down. You might drown. You don't want war with the king right now. Yeah. Welcome to Sparring with Santana. Bring your sources or bring excuses, whatever. Doesn't really matter either way. You're about to get cooked. You should know who I am by now.
Yep.
What?
Let's go. Let's go. Hey. Hey. Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana. One-on-one debates with Trump supporters or anyone that disagrees with anything on the background. I am Santana, guys. And only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you are a friendly, do all the wonderful things. Tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. If you're over on the YouTube, do that. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up button. It'll allow us to actually push the VOD out to get more people in here to debate. And we are looking for some debates. So do the wonderful things. Also, can we knock out the finger hearts, please, guys? Please knock out the finger hearts. Last but not least, if you'd like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks For You. Santana Speaks For You is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat, and I will read that out, guys. We have to have an honest conversation. And so if you are ready for an honest conversation, then go ahead and get in the box. Get in the box. If you're here and you're ready to have an honest conversation, go ahead and hit that request button. Hi, Jay. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
I wanna tell you something. You talked to my dad and debated my dad before the election, and I just wanted to let you know you changed his views, saying that he's like basically he voted for Kamala, and I just wanted to thank you a lot for that and for what you do.
I appreciate you. I appreciate your dad, but I'm more than willing to bet that you had more impact on him than I did. But thank you for coming up and sharing this story. I appreciate you.
Yep, no problem.
Have a good one. Guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debate. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Katie Marie, I just muted you and sent you a request. Get up here. Get up here, because like it's super interesting that Katie Marie, who the only time she's ever requested up and we talked, she got embarrassed. She got embarrassed because you can't pretend to actually be about third parties when you don't know anything. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Well, yes, I do, brother. I ain't noticed you was part of Dean Withers. There's Mr.
Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Yeah, I'm a Trump supporter.
Okay. Okay, you're a Trump supporter. Do you specifically disagree with something on the background?
Yeah,
or
he aligns with my
you support.
He aligns with my political ideology.
Okay. Can I finish my sentence?
Yeah. No, you go ahead. My bad.
Did you come up here to talk about specifically why you still support Donald Trump today, June 10th, 2026, or did you want to talk about something that's listed on the background?
We can talk about why I support him today.
Okay. All right. Perfect. We can definitely do that. John, before we go too far, though, quick question. Do you know who I am?
Heard of you.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, I appreciate that. Would you mind if I give you and everyone else a quick introduction to who I am and what this is?
Yeah, of course.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you. One moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters or anyone that disagrees with anything on the background. I am Santana. Guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. And again, if you would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links, and link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. John, you said that you are a Trump supporter, and you were going to tell me why today, June 10th, 2026, you still support Donald Jimothy Trump.
Yeah. Well, he aligns with my political ideology.
That's the only
He
reason
most
that you
fits it.
support him today.
I'd say so, yeah.
Is that the only, like, is there any deal breakers? I'm a little confused as far as how a political
You know what
ideology
neo-libertarian phalangism is? You know what neo-libertarian phalangism is?
I do. I knew that's where you were going, but I didn't want to give you that actual open.
Y'all, you
And,
messed
you know,
with it? You messed with
normally
it
I
or
would
what?
give like a whole thing. And honestly, John, I'm just gonna be completely honest.
No,
this
do you
morning
mess with it though, or what, bro?
This
Do
morning,
you mess with it or what?
This morning, I don't even care. I don't even care enough to engage in any way or the other. I legitimately don't care. I don't care if you're funny. I don't care if you troll. Like, I legitimately don't care. Oh, I got it. Is this better? Am I louder? Is the volume louder? Welcome back.
Hi.
Hi. So did you take the time from the last time that you and I spoke to actually go research some candidates and actually put something behind what you were saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about it. What did you find?
Okay. Well, what do you want to know?
Well, the last time we spoke, you were championing a candidate that you didn't know anything about, and then at the same time, you had no actual valid proof of your support. The only video that you had was one video of you saying like both sides suck. So since that day, what have you done?
I mean, I have a whole list of libertarian candidates that would be relevant. I mean, we got Florida, I got some in Georgia, since I'm in the Southeast, I got North Carolina, South Carolina. I have people,
Okay. So you created a list, and what else?
I mean, whatever you want to know about them, I'll tell you.
Have you made contact with them?
I mean, I don't live I live in Florida, so I'm not going to, reach out to a candidate in Georgia. But as far as
you do understand that just because someone is running for office in one area, that doesn't mean that you can't like support their campaign. You can't vote for them, but you can still support their actual campaign. And if you're trying to actually build a strong third party, then you need like grassroots efforts behind every third party candidate across the board. So like you would want to extend your resources outside of where you live.
I mean, yeah, if I had the resources to support all of them.
What do you mean resources? What do you think resources mean? Do you think that just means money?
I mean, money and time. I have, children, so, and I work. So, I am not limited.
How are you
but I
currently
am limited
how are you currently allocating your resources
I'm
outside
working
of
with
like
the
your
people,
normal day-to-day requirements?
I'm working with the people in my state, and
How so?
like, I'm on their, email list. I'm
They send you emails?
like,
Okay. What else?
as far, what else do you, I don't think social media, yeah, it could be a good thing if you're using it, but face to face and feet on the ground is a little more of a way to go about getting people's names out there. So,
Can I be honest with you, Katie
handing out
Marie?
literally, yeah.
It seems like to me that you went and either you put together or you went to a directory where you could find libertarian candidates and information about them and thought that you were going to come back and say like, hey, look what I did. And this is a thing, when it's one, that's super performative, but two, that's not like what you need to actually do. If you really want to, champion this effort, then yeah, like I understand an actual allocation of resources can be limited, but you can still allocate your resources the way that best allows you to push candidates that you believe in. One of the greatest tools that we have is phone banking. Have you ever phone banked before?
No.
Phone banking is a huge thing. Fun fact, the first live stream that I ever hosted was me just phone banking for Kamala Harris. Troy, thank you so much for the Night Star. Phone banking for Kamala Harris on live. On TikTok Live, I was phone banking and allowing people to see what it's like to actually cold call people, hear me reading the script, and then in between the calls, I was answering questions from people about phone banking. So you can phone bank, right? That costs you exactly $0. It's time, which, economics, opportunity cost, right? The cost of you giving up your time means that you're not going to be able to give it to something else, right? We get it. Now, Katie Marie, if you can't phone bank, one way that a lot of our older people who still communicate, they look for postcards in the mail. Part of campaigns is like mailing out postcards to people. That's something that you can do without being quote unquote boots on the ground or in the area. The email list that you said that you're on, you can work with the actual campaign team and not just be the person receiving emails, but the person sending the emails to the directory, or even trying to compile more names to an email list to widen the reach for the candidates. The thing that I'm trying to get across, Katie Marie, is that you going and collecting the name of libertarian candidates and saying, I know stuff about them, that's not what I was trying to get across to you. The point that I was trying to get across to you is, while I do think the duopoly sucks, and I would love for like ranked choice voting and things along those lines, you pretending that you just screaming that both sides sucks puts you in some type of position of moral superiority. It does nothing without action behind it. You're just performative unless you actually do something.
Sure. Yeah. And I have more free time over the summer than I do during the work week, because I have two kids that are in school. They have extracurricular activities. So, I understand that. I'm a good mom. I put my kids first.
Yeah. No, listen, being a mother, being a parent, period, is it takes a lot. It takes a lot of time, energy, and effort, and you're limited as far as what you can do outside of that. Katie Marie, the big thing that I'm trying to get across is it seems like you want a cookie for not supporting either side, and you're not going to get a cookie for not supporting either side, because you're not actually doing anything to change the system that you say you're railing against, and not participating in it It's not changing the system. And you casting your one vote for a libertarian candidate is not changing the system. Like, that's the thing that I'm really trying to get across.
No, I see what you're saying. I think it stinks that we are forced into having to choose either right or left when out of how many people live in America, and that's the best
350 million approximately.
Yeah, and that's the best two that we could get it narrowed down to out of all of those people that live in this country. Yeah. That is the best two that we could come up with. Like, nobody had it. We didn't have any other options between those two. And I'm not saying, I'm not saying anything about, Harris. I'm not, I understand she had to go because Biden didn't, but like, even Biden and Trump, when it was down to Biden and Trump, you mean to tell me we narrowed it down to like two old white men? That's it? That's all we got? That was the best two we could come up with? Like, that's kind of scary when you think about.
You should probably be talking to white people about that.
Well, just in general. I mean, it's like that's the best we had.
Not in general, specific. So, who makes up the majority of the population in the United States?
I guess white people. I don't know.
Who makes up the majority of the Republican Party?
White people.
Who makes up the majority of the Democratic Party?
Probably white people.
White people. Regardless of any initiative or regardless of any candidate, at this current time, for anyone to win, whether it's Donald Trump, Joe Biden, whoever, they're going to need the backing and support of white people. And white people have literally powered every single presidential candidate to victory, even Barack Obama. And so if you think that the candidates suck, I mean, maybe you got to talk to your people first, because they keep voting for them, no matter if it's left or right, no matter if it's 70-something-year-old Joe Biden or 70-something-year-old Donald Trump. I mean, white people are voting for him, and not only voting for him in the election, but in the primaries and things like that. The one stain that I stand on, and I blame black people for this one. Black people, this one's on you, and specifically black people in South Carolina. I have beef with the black people in South Carolina, but I blame them for Joe Biden. Because prior to South Carolina, Joe Biden was dead in the water, and black people, with Jim Clyburn powering him, stepped up and pushed Joe Biden to the actual presidency. So that's the only one that I blame black people for. But the rest of them, you got to have a conversation with white people about.
But sure. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It stinks that they make us choose between.
No one makes you do anything.
I mean, they do, because it takes a lot to get. It takes a lot to get. It would take a lot to get a third party person.
They don't make you do anything. The funny, I stand on this, right? There's no such thing as making anyone do anything. And I literally mean that. And even if you put a gun to someone's head, you can't make them do anything, because they still have a choice. Now, the choice might not be a great choice, but they still have a choice. So making someone do something that's not a thing. But what I will say is that the actual selections that have been put forth suck. They suck ass. And not only do they suck ass, but it's been shameful. But again, that goes back to the point that I've been making this entire time, which is do something, right? Literally do something. I mean, you can do something. You can do something actually run for office yourself. You can do something put everything that you have behind a party or a specific candidate that represents what you're looking for. or you can get on your Luigi Mangione shit and make something shake. Like, you can literally do something.
No, yeah. I mean, if I could, I mean, I would run for a local office. It's hard. Like, I mean, I guess I could, but I think it's a little late to qualify. So.
The only thing I'm going to say, Katie Marie, and I'll let you go because I don't think there's any debate here. But the one thing that I will say is, like, until you actually have like something tangible to lay your hat on, please stop coming in my chat talking about both sides suck. And I'll even give you this offer: if you find something tangible to hang your hat on, and you come to me, I'll help you. Like, if that's you trying to figure out what you can do to support an actual candidate, or if that's you trying to run for office, or like, I don't know about the Luigi part because I can't be accomplice to that. But like anything else, if you actually try to do something and you're serious about it, then I'll help you. But until then, stay out of my chat with the whole both sides thing, please, and thank you.
Sure. Well, yeah, I'll keep researching it a little bit more and see what I come up with.
All right. If you figure something out and you really mean it, let me know and I got you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one. Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. I don't think this person's going to load. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Reckless Ben over on YouTube. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? All right, I'm going to drop you down. I think he might have walked away. There's a shit ton of thank yous that I have to get to. For everyone that's been sending donations, I see you. I see those. I'm going to say thank you in just a moment. I promise you. I just want to see if we can get another debate. What up, Eric? Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. When you say white woman prioritize comfort, it makes me uncomfortable, and that's most important. Yeah, I get it. I agree with that, solid. I agree with that. How you living, Eric? Eric, you've been out here crushing it. Every time I get on TikTok, I see you live. Outworking every fucking body. Outworking every fucking body. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree. And the same two people are back. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything in the background?
Yes, I am a Trump supporter. He know how to suck a mean dick.
Okay. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you don't mind, can we knock out the daily gift goal? It's the roses, or Rosa. It's the Rosa. Please, 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 can we knock out the Rosa? Please, 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 please. SJ, yeah, give Eric a follow. Eric's dope. Like, you came in here and you said weird shit and left, and now you're back, and you think I'm going to actually let you back up here. Why? Why would I let you back? That makes no sense. Also, you contribute nothing. No, thank you. With that being said, it's time for us to have an honest conversation. I think the people who we need to make sure that we understand there's an honest conversation that's necessary is, one, Republicans. Republicans' stupidity is home. And God damn it, they proved it yesterday for sure. They proved it yesterday for sure, because South Carolina is gonna fucking South Carolina. Every single time South Carolina gets the opportunity, they shat the bed. Every single time South Carolina has a chance, a fucking monochrome of a chance, they shit the bed. And so when I say Republican stupidity is home, stupidity looks like re-electing fucking Lindsey Graham for the Republican nominee. Lindsey Graham. This isn't necessarily a theory, because I mean, I know this isn't a unique take, but the one thing that I know is that people are lazy. People are lazy. And so since people are lazy, they vote based off of name recognition. And I'm positive that people know for a fact Lindsey Graham hadn't done shit, but they know his name, so they voted for him. Hi, Ben. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
No, I'm not a Trump supporter,
Okay.
but I am from the state of South Carolina. Okay.
But do you disagree with anything on the background?
No, I don't disagree with anything, but I'm just saying that that you're saying that you're ashamed of South Carolina. But what you got to really think is now I hate Lindsey Graham's age. I do. I mean, it's just as we are outvoted by these white people that Lindsey Graham supports Trump. Now,
wait, do you think I meant specifically black people?
No, I'm just saying, but you know, you saying South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, we want Lindsey Graham out.
I agree, but like,
you know,
listen. I'm not gonna hold you, Ben. Like, I get what you're saying. And even, you know, I was in the same boat because I voted for Jamie Harris. That was the last actual South Carolina.
Yes, I did too.
Vote. Yeah, so I voted for Jamie Harris, and we didn't get that. And like, I felt the shame of us, and I was like, South Carolina is going to South Carolina. So like, I hear what you're saying, but like, you know, you're still there, and so you can't really other yourself from that one. I'm not going to say it's your fault, but like, I am ashamed that we let South Carolina hasn't been able to get their shit together, even though like these people continue to vote and harm us. And I know it's not.
I understand.
I know it's not you, Ben. I know it's not you. I know it wasn't me. I know it's not my family. But like, fuck, I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are trying to get rid of Lindsey Graham.
Yeah. The thing is that like, it's voter suppression. It's if you don't mind me asking, do you live in the upstate, Midlands, or Low Country?
I live in upstate.
You live in upstate? Okay. 864, stand up. So I used to live in Columbia, right? Because I went to undergrad in Columbia. And the first presidential vote that I voted for Barack Obama. How much do you know about Columbia?
Well, I know a lot about Columbia.
Do you know where like the Record Center is or whatever that's like down below Benedict on Hardin Street?
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So the first time I voted, because you know I was in college, I voted there, and I stood in line for like hours. I mean, like hours. It was just a long stretch, and I was there for hours. And you know, I voted and da 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 da. Well, as I got older and you know started working, do my own thing, I ended up moving out to Red Bank. You know Red Bank?
Okay, I know Red Bank is.
Okay, perfect. So moved out to Red Bank, and then I had to vote at White Knolls High School. And the first time I went to vote there, I walked in and walked straight in, and it took me like 5 minutes to vote at the most. And you know what the difference is between being in downtown Columbia off Hardin Street versus being in Red Bank near White Knolls?
What's that?
We are in downtown Columbia and they are at White Knolls, right? So the majority of the Black population is coalesced downtown in the city area, where on the outskirts of the city, there's the more rural area, a lot more, white people live and things like that. And so when it comes to how many voting polls there are, the process and all this other stuff, like there's a huge discrepancy between how hard it was for me to vote being in an area that was predominantly Black versus how easy it was for me to vote in an area that was predominantly white. So when you talk about South Carolina, I think not only is there a level of voter suppression that happens, but there's a level of disconnection when it comes to politics and understanding what happens. I think there's a actual like name recognition thing that's like, think about people that kept fucking voting for Strom Thurmond when he was dead. Like he was like they were willing him into fucking office and still voting for him. So having Strom Thurmond to be tote around to these doggone meetings.
Yeah. I mean, yes, we are ashamed of South Carolina.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed of South Carolina as far as like the state and where I'm from and all this other stuff. I'm ashamed that we have people that keep voting against our own best interests, and like it doesn't help. It doesn't help any average person in South Carolina. It helps those people that live, on the golf courses and all this other shit in South Carolina.
I understand.
Yeah, but Ben, I wasn't talking about you specifically. I mean, I was talking about y'all, but not you specifically.
I know.
Yeah,
I know, but I just had to come out to say that Black people hate Lindsey Graham here.
Yeah,
we absolutely hate Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, fuck Lindsey Graham.
I mean, because Lindsey Graham grabbed a hold of Strom Thurmond's coattail, and when Strom Thurmond died, they put Lindsey Graham in there.
Yep.
And that's where he's been ever since.
Yep. Hey, Ben, when's the last time you went to the Beacon?
Yeah, my wife and I, we had, there was an event in Spartanburg.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about maybe, I say about 2 months ago.
You went to the Beacon 2 months ago? Man, listen, they fell off since John B. White died.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, they fell completely off.
Man, and they had like the whole key to it, because those chili cheeses, they just fell off though. Hey, have you ever had a Tiger Woods?
Oh yeah. No.
You never had a Tiger Woods?
Had Tiger Woods. No. No. Okay. I have not.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Ben, I'm gonna let you go ahead and go. I appreciate you.
All right, bro. We'll let you.
Yep.
Later. You too.
Guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Let me run through some of these thank yous real quick because it's getting backed up. You guys are being like fucking awesome. W's in chat for Amy for the $10 donation saying, sorry for your loss. Thank you for all that you do and being vulnerable enough to share that. I use things I learned from you on a daily basis. Your cousin would have been proud of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate the hell out of that, Amy. I think he would have as well. I like the only thing, literally, it was his birthday yesterday. So there's that. I would have loved to see how life would have been different if he would have had a chance to actually live. Deb's in chat for Jared for the $1 donation. And of course, it was a young man with a bright future. If you were white like Brock Turner, but if you were with a bright future, but if you were white like Brock Turner, but as soon as someone like Carmela Anthony with the 3.7 GPA and no criminal record defends themselves while being black, it's not a bright future. Correct. I'll hold my thoughts. W's in chat for Tess for the $20 donation saying, my motto in life is hope for the best, but expect and plan for the worst. For facts. I think we're all tired of planning and expecting, and we're damn near out of hope. It's hard. It's a hard day, my friend. Sending warm thoughts to you and your family. Yeah, listen, life life can suck at times. It's hard, but I live by the philosophy that no matter how like bad the day is or whatever, as long as you get an opportunity to go to bed and wake up and try it again the next day, then you got a new opportunity. And that's literally how I live my life. I like shit can be really bad, and as long as I get to wake up the next day and try it again, I'm okay. W's in chat for Lance for the $1 donation. Came across, I came for the feet pics. You ain't get no feet pics here. You ain't get no feet pics here. I appreciate the dollar, but you ain't get no feet pics from me. Fun fact, feet are gross. Luke said, bro, you're the token for Parker and Dean. Luca, I'm going to mute you. Come up here and talk about it. I bet you won't accept the request. Perfect. Thank you for coming up. So you said that I'm the quote unquote token for Parker and Dean.
Yeah, bro, they use you.
How do they use me?
They use you. Actually, you all use each other, really. But
wait, so if we're all using each other, then how can I be the token?
You're their token black friend.
How am I their token black friend?
Because whenever there's any type of topic that has anything to do with black people at all, they pull you up in it, or you just jump on there because you know your role. It's pretty embarrassing, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that you're embarrassed. I'm not. Fun fact,
I'm embarrassed for you. I'm embarrassed for you.
Oh, don't be embarrassed for me. I'm embarrassed for you because apparently you don't know how to. Hey, did you see how I sat here quietly and let you like speak? Do you have impulse control? Perfect. Thank you.
Excuse me?
I said, did you see how I sat here quietly and let you speak? Do you have impulse control? Because every time I start speaking, for some reason you want to speak.
So I'll talk whenever the fuck I want to, bro.
Oh, okay. You have no emotional intelligence either. It's okay. I got you. I'll put the binky in your mouth.
What's your highest level?
I don't understand what it is about like mediocre men. Like, holy smokes. Like you came up here, you thought you were going to rage bait. I'm not taking the bait. And now you're crashing out because holy shit, I want to actually respond to some of the things you said. Like, fucking calm down. Anywho. So,
first of all,
shut up. Anyway, so you're saying that I'm a token, but then we're using each other. And then you said that you're embarrassed for me, but not embarrassed for yourself. I don't know. I think that's weird. Regardless, right? Like those aren't like just on app friends. All right. Those are like my little brothers. I've spent a lot of time with both of them in real life, and I talk to them both on a daily basis. Right. And so with that being said, I'm pretty sure that you probably don't have friends and you don't know how friends work. But friends actually support each other, right? And not just support each other in the sense of like, oh, good job, do your things. But like friends want to see other friends be successful. And whenever there's an opportunity to come up and correct any type of misinformation or disinformation, especially surrounding Black people, then I always interject myself, not because they need me, and they definitely don't call me because they don't call me. There's not an instance where either one of them actually, hey, be an adult. Be an adult. I'm not sure how old you are, but I'm sure that you're at least 18 years old. And if you can't actually be an adult, then just stop. I promise you, I'm going to give you a chance to speak. Like I haven't just, railroaded you. I haven't started calling you names. Just stop. Just stop.
Well, actually, you did.
Shh. Stop it. So, like I was saying, anytime there's an opportunity to correct misinformation or disinformation, especially around Black people, it's something that I always want to do because I care about Black people. I love Black people. I'm Black before anything else. I'm Black before I'm a man. I'm Black before I'm a content creator. I'm Black before anything else. And so anytime that I see an opportunity to reach out and connect with a Black person on any level, I'm going to do that. And it's not because they need me, because they have the opportunity to actually debate and talk about topics themselves. But I step up and I use my voice because it's really important to have representation. That's the key to this, representation. And so while Parker and Dean may have the opportunity to speak to Black people, and a lot of times for some reason, Black people want to take Black issues to the white people instead of coming to Black people and talking to Black people about Black issues. It's super weird. Like I try to get like Black conservatives, FBA, Blaga, I try to get them on here all the time to actually talk to me. But instead of coming and talk to me, they like don't come and talk to me because they know like I can actually clock their shit. Instead, they go to Parker and Dean, these two young white guys, and they want to have these conversations, these Black ass issue conversations with these two young white guys instead of coming to a Black man and having a conversation. So the point that I'm trying to make is while it may bother you because you're insecure or whatever, it doesn't bother me. Like what you say doesn't bother me. What you think doesn't bother me. But what does bother me is whenever I see Black people not having an opportunity to have representation and not having an opportunity to learn something, not only from a firsthand account, but someone who has a vast knowledge and someone who is actively trying to learn more about Black people as a whole. You may speak.
Yeah, bro, you're a fucking coon, okay? You are their token ass Negro, and you know that. You go up there to get your little coins from people, and you get on here every day crying about Donald Trump, crying about MAGA, because they own you. Dean and Parker don't give two fucks about your Black ass, bro. They use you as their token ass nigga. That's what they do every fucking day. And you play that role, and I think that's pretty weak. Hey,
so what about like?
Don't interrupt me, nigga. I'm talking. A man.
Have some look. See, now you've crashed out to the point that you got to get kicked. I know you probably have another account. If not, stay here. Stay here. It's only going to take 10 minutes. The thing that I wanted to know is, am I a token for Solid? Solid, are you here? Solid, am I your token? Ari, am I your token? I just wondering for like my Black friends that I spend time in their lives every day. Am I tokens for you as well? The thing that I really wanted to know from him though is like, if he's actually saying that I'm this or I'm that, what is he doing for Black people? Like what is he doing? I know you got another account. Either come back on your other account, Luca, or you wait 10 minutes because we're not done. And when you come back, have impulse control because you're a fucking adult. Stop being a child and stop crashing out. I don't understand people who don't have impulse control and who like, that's why I had to continue to mute him because he was trying to crash out the entire time. And as soon as I let him speak, the fucking algorithm got him up out the paint. It's super weird. Marie, I know this is Liv. I'm going to go ahead and block you because you're weird as well, too. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. W's in the chat for Kathleen for the $1 donation. I appreciate the story time. Of course. W's in the chat for Justina for the $1 donation saying, I came here to learn whatever via debates or just listening to lectures. It's all important. Thank you so much. I appreciate the hell out of you. W's in the chat for Brianna for the one said, I can't speak for the room, but I sure do enjoy a good Santana pontification. You're the best. Thank you for the money gun. I don't know about that, but I appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. W's in the chat for Zach. Zach sent a $20 donation saying, I appreciate your pontificating. Wouldn't say you're bloviating because you were sharing your knowledge and wisdom. And as that is a form of education and labor should be paid for. I appreciate the hell out of you, Zach. W's in the chat for Jada. What up, bro? For the $10 donation saying, da-da! Shout out to everyone. Everybody showed up. My show's on. How's the traveling going, sir? Always remember you're the GOAT. I don't know about the GOAT, but the traveling is going well. It's just fucking hot. Like, I keep forgetting how hot everywhere else is because I live in the Pacific Northwest. So it's just fucking hot. But I have shorts. Debbie's in the chat for Darlene for the $10 donation saying, I don't have a microphone, but I do what I can do with my words. Fucking right, Darlene. Speak up and defend others and support what you do. What you do is important. Keep going, and thank you so much, Darlene. That 10 is fucking crazy. Thank you so much, Bethany, for the 5. Hello, it's a friendly neighborhood. Brett here, and again, I'm loving what you're doing. Keep doing what you do. Love from across the pond. Shout out to across the pond. I love you guys as well. Debbie's in the chat. Thank you so much for that. Debbie's in the chat for Rebel 47. What up, Rebel? For the $2 donation. I think Lindsey Graham is kind of pulling an Eddie Murphy. And the distinguished gentleman. I didn't see that one, so I don't get that reference. I'm sorry. Devin's in the chat for Marie for the $1 donation. We all have resources. I'm an artist, and I make handmade relied. I don't know what you mean. Relied print. I don't know if that's what you meant to say, Marie. Relied print postcards, so they'll stand out. It's like 30 at a time, right? 50 a week, except for the printing. It takes like 15 minutes a week. I'm sure it does. Debbie's in the chat. You also send dollars there for the postcard. I give them out for free, usually pre-stamped, and I make a batch. Anyone that wants to, they can DM me, and I'll be disappointed in your state for being stupid. Tupperville is our governor. That's facts. Debbie's in the chat for Marie, and guys, hit Marie up for sure. Deb's in the chat for Anthony for the 1. What up, Anthony? I said Luca. No one turns to him for. Luca's mad. No one's turned for him for information. Deb's in the chat for Josh for the 1. I wish you made little bros. I wish you made little bros. Wait, little bros a lot more left. Yeah, I get it. Debbie's in the chat for Corey, Joe for the $6 donation saying, do you debate an account called DadBod 3.0? He seems to have a lot to say about race. DadBod is on punishment. DadBod can't come back until July the 1st. We banned him for the summer because he doesn't know stuff. Debbie's in the chat for Julia for the $10 donation saying, thank you for teaching me how to stay calm. I wish I had grown up around people like you. I would be a better person. I promise you, I'm not the calmest person. I just, Cat Williams said it best. Sometimes you just got a lot of fucking in your system. Sometimes you got a lot of fucking in your system. And I think that's what it is. Santana let David up. Elijah, I don't know who David is. Please stop spamming my chat. W's in the chat for Mia for the $5 donation saying, just got in as usual. I was listening while I'm doing tasks, but I have to say you look great. Thank you. Respectfully. Love management. You're looking good, fellow. Listen, I went and got a haircut today. So, I feel good. And last but not least, W's in the chat for Rebel 47. Eddie Murphy runs for Congress because he's the same as the previous congressman that just died and wins. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I did not know that. W's in the chat for all the donos. Again, if anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat, and I will read that out. Luca or whatever, if you're still here, get back up here. We're not done. Get back up here. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We are only looking for some debates. Jake Lang got arrested again. I'm telling you, he fucking stays with a fresh arrest. Not going to hold you. He stays with a fresh arrest. I don't think this person's going to load. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. W's in the chat as well for Lockhart for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Fucking W's in the chat for you. That's awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with them? It's nice to be important. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Okay, I'll drop you. Debbie's in chat for Manders for the 1. Cheer Bit said, Carmela Anthony was robbed of life by a white supremacist ass bully. Facts. Debbie's in chat for One Mighty Pen. There were no black jurors. How does that even fly? Yeah, like we know what it is. Debbie's in chat for Manders for the 1. I'm sorry that your cousin lost his life in such ignorant bullshit. Yeah. Deb's in chat for Manders for the 1 chair bid. Your coffee looks sublime. Management makes fun of me because she says I don't drink coffee. I just drink sugar and milk. Deb's in chat for Manders for the 1 chair bid. We come to the space with you. However you choose to spend it works for us. I know. You guys are awesome. Deb's in the chat for Project 454, who sent a 25 bits to say much better on the volume. Thank you. I didn't even know. I turned it down. Like, that's on me. Deb's in chat for Kelly for the 200 bits. It's saying crashes and throwing pocket grifter. Good, wonderful Wednesday, cuties, and beauties. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful day. And remember your daily dose of hydrations and snacks. Now stay amazing and have a lovely day. Yeah, absolutely. Dubs in the chat for Killer, who had a 15 stream streak. Dubs in the chat for Mander for the 1 chair bits to say, the fuck you mean, meaty orca? I don't know what that is, but I'm not even gonna follow up on that one. W's in the chat again. If anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're ever on YouTube, you can send a super chat, and I will read that out. So you guys are being like weird in the comment section. I'm not exactly sure what's happening, but like, don't be weird in the comment section. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything in the background?
Oh yes, I'm a Trump supporter.
Okay. And your username says young conservative. Can you, just for TikTok purposes, can you verify your age, please?
06, April 12th.
No, just your age. I don't care about.
Yeah, I know. 20. Sorry.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. It doesn't bother me, but you know. Okay. Did you? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say. I don't know. I don't know if you've seen the chats, but somebody said that Dean's in the hospital. I heard like Parker commented. I don't know if that's true, but
I don't know. But did you come up here to debate?
Yes, I'm here to debate you. Yeah.
Okay. Did you want to debate and tell me? Did you specifically have something that you disagree with on the background, or did you want to actually tell me why on June the 10th, 2026, you still support Donald Timothy Trump?
Timothy, okay. Republicans stupidity is home. Mm-hmm. Or like, yeah. Let's do that. Yeah.
Okay. So the premise for that is that Republicans embrace stupidity in a multitude of ways, whether it's the people that still vote for Republicans and they embrace stupidity because they feel comfortable not knowing things, and they also just like believe lies and bullshit. So like that's the basis of it. But then when you talk about the other side and the politicians, they weaponize stupidity, understanding that like the people that vote for them don't know a lot. And so they use fear tactics to gain support, and it's an endless cycle.
So overall, would you say that, I know you sing that Republican stupidity, but if we look off basic knowledge, we see that the Republican Party has actually been, and Trump, Trump's probably one of the most liberal presidents we've had, and I can explain to you. So first off, Donald Trump was interviewed back in actually in the 90s. Trump was saying that he's pro-choice. He's such a Democrat. He's such a liberal. And in 2016, the reporter asked him, do you think it's okay for, men to go in spots? And he said, that's not a big issue right now. We shouldn't be focused on social issues that don't really affect people. We should let people do what they want with their own bodies and stuff. Trump used to be a liberal. And he's probably one of the most liberal presidents we've had. I wish we had a more extreme Reagan thing. I think we should have more Republican. But Trump's a liberal, honestly.
Okay. I think that validates the point that I made as far as Republican candidates, politicians understanding that their voter base is stupid. And so they weaponize their incompetence, right? And so Donald Trump understanding that people who support him don't really understand things. And so that's why he can say one thing, i.e., I'm pro-choice, and then immediately turn around, I'm pro-life. He can run on spending $210 million on misinformation and disinformation around trans people, and then immediately turn around and say, oh, it's not a big deal. It's an issue that's done. And Caitlyn Jenner can go into whatever bathroom she wants. he understands that there is no like follow through, no accountability, and you guys are just going to believe the things because you don't know it. I think you highlighting that Donald Trump is actually quote unquote liberal, and you know, like conservatives still voted for him. Like even if you say that he is liberal, like the fact that he's been able to just openly flip flop without any type of like backing or any type of anyone holding him account for tasks clearly articulates that stupidity is home for Republicans.
Well, honestly, I think Kamala Harris has flipped flop on a lot of things. When she was Attorney General of VA, she flipped flop on a lot of her policies. A man was sentenced. You can look this up. This is true. He was supposed to be released from jail, but Kamala Harris kept him there longer, which she got in trouble because she was saying labor. They needed prison labor to clean and do a lot of stuff, actually. And the state of California, prison labor is actually legal there. So I think that as Attorney General, Kamala Harris has failed the Black community, failed California, and she's done terrible. She flip-flops. At first, she was against fracking, and now, like, she's flip-flopped on fracking. I mean, literally, she lies and lies until Christ comes out and say, like, someone was at her rally.
I'm going to pause you just for a second here because now you're kind of
she's
like
an antichrist. That's what she is.
That's fine. I don't care about Kamala Harris. I want to stop you for a second right here because
so you didn't vote for her? W. Santana if you didn't vote for her.
I'm like I was saying, I'm going to stop you right here because I don't care about Kamala Harris. This doesn't say anything about Kamala Harris.
I don't either.
I'm going to finish my sentence, and if you don't mind, please don't cut me off.
Yes, sir.
The background doesn't say anything about Kamala Harris. Hell, the background doesn't even say anything about Donald Trump. The only reason I spoke on Donald Trump is because you brought him up specifically. Now, you can sit here and say Kamala Harris this, Kamala Harris that, but that doesn't do anything to disprove the point that Republicans' stupidity is home. So if you want to actually disprove the point, then you wouldn't point to the Democrats and say, oh, the Democrats are stupid as well. You would actually address the point as far as the Republicans, because it literally says Republican stupidity is home. Also, FYI, what you said about Kamala Harris, that's not true. I don't even care to get into it.
Which statement? I said two statements.
Yeah, the statement about her keeping someone in jail longer.
No,
hold on 1 second. This literally highlights the point that I spoke on, or I said, you guys don't like look up things and you don't verify things. Now, when it comes to Kamala Harris and quote unquote keeping Black people in jail longer, that's not true. Kamala Harris, actually, the biggest scandal was the fact that she didn't use DNA evidence on one of the cases, which kept someone in jail, but she had a strong enough case to get a conviction without DNA evidence. And then she went back and they did DNA testing and it solidified the actual outcome, which was, the guy was guilty. And you can even talk about like her recidivism program when it comes to back on track, and the fact that there were about 1,900 some odd people that were arrested while she was Attorney General, and only 45 of them were actually sent to jail because they had an additional crime. But I think that highlights the point as far as like you guys hear things and you run with it and you don't pull the things up to specifically fact check those things, especially when it comes to like the way that politicians lie. And this isn't specific to Donald Trump or Republicans. This is politicians as a whole.
Both sides.
They say enough truth and sprinkle in enough lies to be covered up with the truth. So if you don't actually verify the things, they'll tell you some stuff that's true, but they'll add lies in to actually have it represent whatever they want. So again, can you go back to the point as far as addressing Republican stupidity is home?
Yes. So I think that's just totally a lie. Republicans have balanced the budget. They've they're pro police. They believe in.
Don't ramble. I don't believe in like shotgunning points. You said they balanced the budget. When?
Okay, I can see to that argument.
Why would you make that statement when you know that's not true? And that's not even
I'm just saying because I don't have a source with me right now. I don't have a source for you.
But see, that's not even a true statement for Democrats. The last president to balance the budget was Clinton. But after that hasn't been the thing. But like for you to just sit here and say that, again, that highlights the point that I made.
Okay,
So
okay,
either
what about
you-
this? We actually care about Americans. We don't want illegal aliens unaliving people of color, everyone, all lives matter. Look at Jocelyn Nungare, a 12-year-old, unalived by an illegal alien. She was 12 fucking years old, and you think that's fucking okay to let people come into this country?
Like,
Excuse
seriously,
me.
I need you to calm down. I don't know what you think.
No,
this
I'm
is
just
right
saying,
now.
you allow illegal
Please listen
aliens
to me.
to come in our country
Please
and rape
listen to me.
women.
Please listen
You don't
to me.
care about women. You don't.
I don't know what you think this is right now. And I don't know if you think that you are like interviewing or goddamn, what is the thing called when it comes to actors? Auditioning. Holy shit. I don't know if you think you're auditioning for something, but I need you to stop. Right? Either like you slow down and have like a real conversation. Yeah, but you're wrong. You're just loud and wrong.
How am I wrong? So you don't think Jocelyn Nungare was unalived? And Lincoln Riley. Let's talk about those cases. Let's talk about serious situations. You guys talk.
Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I'm just really not with the shits today. I'm not with the shits, and I'm not going to deal with it. So I say this quite often. I would much rather sit and talk to like my chat. I would really rather sit and talk to you guys than them. And so if it has to be a situation where I'm sitting and talking to you guys instead of them, then I will do that. I'm not going to do this today. I'm literally not going to do that today. Also, if you'd like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links and link in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. SSL, I need you to come up here and explain whatever you're saying. I can't send you an invite. Did someone block the person? Don't block them. I just unblock them. SSL, God damn it. I really want to talk to him because he's been so weird. He's been so weird. I don't think this person's going to load. That was in chat for Danella for the $2 donation saying, will you bring up Dave C. Statement on abortion? Who is Dave C.? I'm so confused, Danelle. I don't know who Dave C. is. I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Hi, Ricky, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Ricky 54, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Drop it down. W's in the chat for Heather for the $10 donation saying, thank you for the white woman topic learning. Heather, W's in the chat for you. You're fucking awesome. I'm really happy to hear that, honestly. I always hope that, you know, anytime that I talk about stuff, it has some type of substance that helps people grow from that. So. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Oh, do you hear me?
You're a little bit low. And now I can't hear you because you're out of the app. Yeah.
Hello?
Yes. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything in the background?
Oh, dang, I didn't even realize I freaking clicked. Love your show. Didn't mean to click. Sorry, I was tapping the screen.
No worries. I appreciate you. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debate. Is prioritizing comfort the same thing as thinking with your heart? No, prioritizing comfort means that comfort is more important to you than all of the things, including liberation. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
No, I'm a fucking neo-libertarian phalangist, and both parties are corrupt. Both parties are corrupt. Neo-libertarian phalangist.
Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Yes, I've been requesting for 30 minutes. Didn't you see me?
Oh, there were a lot of people in the box, but are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
I was the only one in the box.
Okay, well, you're up here now. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Yes, we've talked before.
Okay, I don't remember you, but Yes,
Yes,
you're a
you
Trump
do.
supporter. Yes, you disagree, or a combination.
Talked many times.
Yes,
I'm
you're a Trump
trying not
supporter.
to get
Yes,
you
you
to crash
disagree, or is it a
Yes,
combination?
Republican stupidity. That is a dumb argument.
Please don't say that word. That's ableist, but
that is just ridiculous. I mean, if you don't agree with me, you're just stupid. That's your argument. That's your argument. That's a child's argument. Explain it. That's really what you're saying. By the way, if you're a black person, can you vote Republican? Is that okay? Would it be okay? Oh, now you're going to just act like, I'm not going to talk. I'm going to be a child. Okay.
I just want to make sure that you're done talking because I don't want to talk over you, and I appreciate if you don't speak
explain to
over
me
me.
how a black person cannot vote Republican. Explain that.
Like I was saying, I'm not going to speak over you, and I appreciate it if you don't speak over me. With that being said, if you want to talk about the Republicans' stupidity is home, then we can definitely talk about that. But the point is not that, oh, if you don't agree with me, then you're stupid. That's not what I was saying. If you would like to know, I can expand on my argument, or you can give me your actual counterpoint as far as why you disagree with it.
Go ahead. You're going to give me the argument of why Republicans are stupid.
Okay. The reason why the background says Republican stupidity is home is because Republicans have an actual desire to lean into stupidity. If you talk about the actual people that vote Republicans, they tend to believe in lies or things that are easily disprovable, things that can be fact checked, and they refuse to actually engage with it. They would much rather engage with their feelings than factual information. When you talk about the actual politicians, they understand that their voter base is one that can easily be manipulated and weaponized. And so they use that stupidity to actually get them to either vote a certain way, support certain things, or continue to give them money. And so those are the reasons why I say Republican stupidity is home.
Okay, so let me sum it up what you said. You said the reason why they're stupid is because they are just stupid, because they don't believe what I believe, so that just makes them stupid. Is that right?
No.
Well, what did you say?
Well, I
what
already
makes them
said
stupid?
it.
What makes them stupid?
W's in the chat for Zeus. What up, Zeus? Zeus, I was in there checking you out this morning. You're dope as always. W's in the chat for my brother Zeus, guys.
Zeus? You want to talk to Zeus? I'll leave. You can have your echo.
W's in the chat for my brother Zeus. David, like I said, that's not what I said. I've already given you my argument.
Well, tell me again exactly why they're stupid, because all I heard was they're just stupid. They don't believe what I believe, so they're just stupid.
No, you can give me a counterpoint, or you can concede. I don't care which one.
Well, they don't believe what you believe, right? So they believe in borders that are under control, right? And he's done that, right? So they believe that. That's why he was voted in, because people didn't want the borders overrun. And he's managed, I don't know how he did it, but he was managed to do it, right? That alone would probably be enough. That would probably be enough to get that.
Let me stop you right there, David. David, let me stop you right there. Are you sure this is the argument that you want to run? Because the only reason I have that question is because like this is the same thing that Dave Rubin said. Like literally word for word, he said, "Oh, if he did nothing else but close the borders, then he would have done enough." Like literally, he said those words word for word, and then I embarrassed him. So, are you sure this is the argument you want to run?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Open borders are good, I guess.
I didn't say anything about that.
Well, what are you saying? You're saying that secure borders are not good?
I'm saying that Donald Trump hasn't secured the borders.
Oh, okay. All right. So we have just as many people being released on probation that we did under Biden and Harris, right? That number has not gone down.
On probation. What do you mean?
Yeah, that means that they're letting them out into the interior of the country. That's actually happening.
That's not probation.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what's your argument?
I'm trying to understand what you're saying because you said released on probation, and they're not released on probation. That's not a thing. I'm confused as far as what point you're trying to make.
They're released pending their asylum hearing, yes.
Oh, you mean asylum seekers being released into the country. You do understand that asylum seekers are a legal process, and so that has nothing to do, with undocumented immigrants coming into the country. So there's no issues with quote unquote secure or insecure borders when it comes to asylum seekers, since that's a legal process.
Why are less of them coming across now?
Asylum seekers? Because Donald Trump has made asylum seeking a process that you have to pay. He's added a multitude of fees to being able to seek asylum, including yearly registration fees, application fees, things that were not actually there before. He's turned into a for-profit position. That's actually how he's been able to decrease the amount of legal migration into the country. He's been trying to price people out from being able to legally come into the country because he's not doing anything for people that are coming across the border as far as undocumented immigrants. And even as of yesterday, his actual $100,000 fee on H-1B1 visas has been struck down by the courts. So he just keeps trying to add fees onto people that's quote unquote doing it the right way, even though like that was the whole thing for the Republicans, saying that they just want people to do it the right way. But Donald Trump is now pricing people out of being able to quote unquote do it the right way.
Got it. So it's too much money, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he's charging people who are fleeing for their life money to be able to survive.
Okay, so they're fleeing for their life. What percent of the people that claim asylum actually get it?
Less than 30%. What's an asylum seeker?
Oh, it's way less than 30%.
Sure.
So what are the other 70% doing? What are the other 70%?
I answered your question. What's an asylum seeker?
Oh, it's someone that's coming across that's saying that their life is threatened or that they're somehow unsafe in their own country. So they come in and claim asylum in ours.
Right. You're absolutely correct. And with that 30%.
So why are only 30%?
Well, that's because we have an actual
By the way, your number's
process.
really high.
How's my numbers really high?
Have you looked it up?
Yeah, I have. How's the numbers really high?
Because it's more like 10 to 12.
And where are you getting this from?
You're getting it from online sources.
No, I said, where are you getting your numbers
Look it up
from?
right now. Go Google it right now.
Sure, give me your source then.
No. You use your source. It's 30%. Give me your source.
No, you just made the claim.
Give me your source, Santana. You said it's 30%. Go ahead.
I didn't
give me your
say
source.
that it's 30%. I said it's less than 30%.
Oh,
and you
less
said
than 30%. So from 1 to 30. That's convenient.
Again, I'm not going to interrupt you. I don't want you interrupting me. I said that it's less than 30%.
Just give me the source.
I said it's less than 30%. And with that being less than 30%, that means that it can be 29 down to 1, but it is less than 30%.
Oh,
now you made the claim
I'll give you a
that
source.
it's 10%.
It's less than 100%, Santana.
You made the claim that it's 10%, which is an extreme claim.
It's less than 100%. I'll make a different claim. It's less than 100%.
David, this is your last opportunity. Please stop cutting me off.
We'll make it make sense.
If you said that it's 10%, then you made a positive claim. And I would like you to provide a source for a positive claim that's not widely accepted. No one says 10%.
I'll say this. I'll take the 10%, throw it right out the window. I'll say it's less than 100%.
Okay, that's fine, David. Regardless, the way that people actually are able to claim asylum is that they have to go through a credible threat interview, which that means that they have to actually lay out the facts, case, and information as far as why their life is threatened. And if they are granted a credible threat to their life, then they are allowed into the country under asylum. So anyone that is coming in and being granted asylum, that absolutely means that they have a valid credible threat that has been vetted, and they should be here, because if they were in another country, they would lose their lives.
Got it. So then why did Biden and Obama deport people?
Because deportation is a part of the legal process.
Yeah, but they were threatened with their lives. They were going to lose their lives.
They didn't deport asylum seekers.
In fact, Obama, he didn't even give him much of a chance.
They didn't deport asylum seekers, and he did give them a chance, but that has nothing to do. That has nothing to do with what's happening with the borders today. So you said that Donald Trump is securing the borders today.
So you said, wait, can you give me your source? You said Obama didn't deport asylum seekers. Can you give me your source?
Like I said, I'm not going to do this. If you can't have impulse control and stop speaking over me, then you can leave. You waited in the request for 30 some odd minutes just to get kicked. Like, I'm not exactly sure what's happening, but be an adult. I don't know if you had too much caffeine this morning, or like I don't know, maybe you like had a really good workout and the adrenaline's still pumping or something, but I would rather talk to adults. I'm not trying to talk to man-childs. That's weird. Don't be weird. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly and you like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Oh yeah, Santana, can you take off your hat real quick? I want to see your haircut.
Sure, but you have to send something to the pay links. But are you a Trump? I almost did it just to show you, but I realized that I don't do stuff for free. But are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Didn't I cook you yesterday?
I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. But are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Well, I'm a black conservative, so I'm not a weak link. I don't kiss ass to Dean and Parker.
Okay. Would you like to tell me why you disagree with the point that it says FBA/Blaga, you're the weakest link?
I mean, well, you're the one making the positive claim, so you have the burden of proof. You go first, not me.
I can lay out my argument. The reason why I say
it's
that—
not an argument, it's just an opinion that's rooted in ignorance.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Well, I'm going to say this, just like I told the last guy. Please don't speak over me, and I won't speak over you.
I don't care to hear it. Just talk. Just start talking. I don't really care to hear your little monologue.
Like I was saying, if you can't have impulse control and like not cut me off, then
I do have impulse control, but I'm not going to listen to a grown man speak being interrupted during the debate. That's how a debate works.
Okay, this is my last time letting you know. Please don't cut me off, and I won't cut you off, and we can actually have a debate.
You can drop me there. It's not that.
Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. It's super interesting how people come in and they think that they're the main character. They always come back and like, oh, I debated you. You know who I am. And I literally don't know you guys. Like, as soon as you leave, I forget you. And then honestly, I don't think about you again. And if you guys can't have impulse control, then you can just leave. I'm not going to do it. Like, I refuse to yell. I refuse to like do weird stuff. I have no interest in that. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Yo, you like my picture?
Sure. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
No, I'm just gonna ask you your opinion. Do you like my picture?
I said yes. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Thank you, bro.
Okay. Again, I mean, I'm not going to do the weird stuff. It's super interesting that like this is their lives. And it's even more interesting that when they don't get the response that they're hoping for, that they don't know how to handle it. I think it's super important that we really start to have conversation around like emotional maturity. It's always funny that it's like men that come up here and do that, right? I mean, of course, women aren't excluded, right? I mean, you have your libs, you have like some super weird people, but more often than not, it's like men. And it's just interesting that we lack emotional intelligence. And yet at the same time, we claim to be like better leaders and we should be the head of the household. It's all super interesting. Hi, are you a Trump supporter? Disagree with anything on the background?
I do. Kind of curious about the white men, cowards, not victims. How am I a coward? How am I a white man?
Okay, I can barely hear you. You kind of faded off at the end. I don't know if you like pulled away or whatever.
Is this any better?
Yeah, it is. And just to make sure, your name is, I'm sorry, what do you want me to call you?
Just call me Brian.
Brian? Okay. All right, thank you. Brian, well, FYI, that's not personal to you. I don't know you specifically, so I don't know if you're individually a coward or not. So I'm not saying that you individually are a coward, but what I am saying is that there is an overwhelming group of white men in this country, specifically more so young white men, who think that they're being replaced. And since the current population trend is set where, and by 2050, white people will no longer be the majority, they will be a minority group within the United States of America. They subscribe to the replacement theory. And this is not only something that's being passed around the internet, but in real life, up to the richest man on earth, Elon Musk, is someone who subscribes to the replacement theory. And so since it's a thing and it's a threat to white men and white people as a whole, you see white men lashing out and looking to disenfranchise minorities, whether it's targeting black people based off of quote unquote DEI, right? Or brown people with the mass deportation process. They're looking to marginalize the queer community, specifically going after trans people. They're taking away resources and access for people with disabilities. So overall, they're looking to legislate their way to continue to control the majority instead of addressing the issues that they actually have. So when I say white men are cowards, not victims, it's the ones that, instead of looking to be better people and do things that would make them, more desirable by partners, including white women, they would rather strip away rights and force people to have their children and follow their rule.
I understand that completely, what you're saying, and a lot of those points I do agree with. I did originally start out 4 or 5 years ago or so. I was pretty heavily conservative, and then I guess I started thinking, for myself, and I do agree. I cannot stand when there is legislation against groups of people based on feelings and how people feel about certain groups as far as stereotypes and stuff like that, and I don't support that as well. So any kind of action that I can personally take, whether that's voicing that or participating in said protest, then that's something I of course would like to do. But when I brought up the point of the talking point you have there, white men, cowards, not victims, I was just trying to get down to the more generalization of that claim, is all I was really trying to do. But I definitely respect everybody.
I'll say this, like the reason why it doesn't say all or anything like that is because I'm not someone that subscribes to like all this or all that. But the reason why it says what it says is because the people who I usually need to like debate or talk to about this topic are the ones that are going to not only see it and then want to engage, but then like how I just, lay those things out to you, they'll just vehemently disagree and push back on it. And so like, I think there is a lot of white men out there, so even young white men specifically, who are actively working on themselves and actively trying to be better and don't want or don't desire the need for other people to be disenfranchised so they can still somehow lead the country or the world or whatever. So you know, there are people that are working to do the right things. It's just those loud people who, for some reason, think that like someone's taking things from them. Also, everyone has been saying like you're kind of low. So when you speak, if you don't mind, can you speak a little bit louder, please?
Yeah. I'm on my speakerphone on my phone, so I don't know how well it's getting picked up. But yeah, I feel like, you know, there's not really much to debate here. I feel like we agree on most topics. There is a lot of cowardly white men in the government, and I'm just as tired of seeing it as you are.
Well, and you know what you have to do, right?
What specifically?
It's your responsibility to be loud and root them out. Just like I hold men accountable for like addressing the patriarchy and, you know, abolishing gender to get equality for femme presenting people. Like it's white men's responsibility to take on other white men and to root those ones out who are like doing this, because again, obviously it's not all the white men. So I count on you to be one of the loud ones that's vehemently pushing back against the ones who are, you know, like actively trying to disenfranchise everyone.
And I completely agree with that. And I've been to a couple No Kings protests, stuff like that. And, you know, the Black Lives Matter, when those protests were a lot more popular, I participated in a lot of them. I definitely try to get my voice heard, to try to make sure, you know, these people are recognized as people and not colors or what's in their pants.
Yeah. The bit of advice that I'll give to you, because people always say, you know, what does being an accomplice look like? It's kind of a couple of different things. One, educating yourself, that's like super important. But two, learning the difference between speaking up and speaking over, meaning it's perfectly fine to use your voice, but if you're not using your voice to amplify the message of those marginalized communities, then you're not doing anything beneficial. And then also using your privilege to shield and amplify those minority groups. So along with educating yourself, I would recommend that, you know, you have a conversation with, you know, people within those marginalized groups, you know, Black women specifically, and say like, hey, how can I amplify your voice? Not what do I need to do to educate myself or but like, hey, how can I use my privilege to best benefit you in this moment? And right. That's how we get started, and that's how we make a real change.
Yeah, and I see that completely. And I do admit I could probably do that a little bit more. So yeah,
we all can. That's not a you thing. Like we all can. And even I sit up here and I talk to people and I do this and that or whatever, but I could be doing more. So like, don't be hard on yourself, because we all could do more.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. But if this is the message you're spreading, I do love it. Continue doing what you're doing, please.
I appreciate you. Thank you for coming up.
Of course.
All right, have a good one. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates, guys. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat. I will read that out. If you're over on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, and you would like to debate me, guess what? You don't have to leave where you are. The only thing that you have to do is click that link. Click that link, come over. Last but not least, guys, we got 2,000 people here hanging out on TikTok. Look up at the top corner. If you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. Hit that follow button. Hit that follow button, turn on notifications so you know when I go live. If you're over on YouTube, make sure you hit that thumbs up, but also hit that follow button and follow me over on YouTube. Hi, the OG. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything in the background?
I disagree with the white women.
Okay. Are you a white woman?
No.
Okay, that's not your topic then, friend.
But how can you argue it if you're not a white woman?
Oh, I'm not arguing that. I'm looking for a white woman to actually defend the position.
But you're discussing it, so how are you going to be able to discuss it if you're not a white woman?
Yeah, so I'm coming from the position of marginalized groups that don't have access to the privilege that white women do. White women have a proximity to power due to the patriarchal system. For people saying, why can't you see them? They're over on YouTube. If we stay and having debate, then I'll put them over here on TikTok so you can see him, but he's over on YouTube. But the point being is I have the debate from the position of other minority groups that are being negatively impacted by white women prioritizing their comfort.
When did you last shit, Santana? When did you last shit?
Okay.
Tell me, Santana.
Is there any topic that you actually want to debate?
Yeah, when did you last shit?
Okay. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you are a friendly, do all the wonderful things. Send your daily heart me if you have not done so. It's only one It will boost a lot and push us out to the FYP. Debbie's in the chat for Anastasio for the $5 donation saying, we don't get a lot of men who stand up for being actual human beings. You deserve much more hope. You deserve much more for the hope you're not even aware you're creating and the example you give us to be the change we want to see. I appreciate that, but I think that's like giving me way too much credit. Like, seriously, guys, I love you guys to the moon and back, but I think praising people for doing like what they should be doing is not something that we should ever do. Right? When people say, oh, thank you for standing up for women, or thank you for standing up for the queer community or whatever, like, you guys should never do that, because like that's my responsibility. And if I'm going to try to be a decent human being, then I have to do those things. So like, if you want to thank me for staying on live for like an extra hour or some crazy shit like that, but not for, trying to be a good person. Like, that's an individual thing that we should all do. That's not something to praise anyone for. W's in the chat for Cousin Jesse. What up, Cousin Jesse? Who sent a 5 said, when will young conservative go to the doctor and get his vaccination and antibiotic shots for his case of liabetes? He said liabetes. He can't name 3 policies from conservatives that help out the average American. That's sad. No, he can't. And he really leaned into it, which is weird. He really leaned into that. Debbie's in the chat for Farsi. What up, Farsi, for the $5 donation? Saying, morning, Santana. Good to see you. So far, no comments for today. Just love and support. Farsi, you're fucking awesome. I appreciate you. Thank you. Debbie's in the chat as well for Danella for the Dave Chappelle comments on Dave Chappelle's comments on abortion. I gotta look those up. I don't know his comments on abortion. I gotta check that out. Debbie's in chat for Hannah for the $5 donation. Please put David on summer break. He goes into every live saying that exact same thing, and he's always condescending. I'm tired of his smooth brain talking points. Thank you for what you do, Santana, because my cortisol levels can't take the stress that people cause. They feed off of like pure chaos, and when you don't give them chaos, then they're starving for oxygen. It's so weird that they literally need this chaos that they create, and then they wonder why people don't like them, and they wonder why they're being ostracized. Like, people think that, like, Trump supporters think that we don't like them because they voted for Trump, and which, like, yeah, sure, we don't like them because they voted for Trump. But that's not it. Like, that's not the only reason. You're ostracized because you refuse to stop being weird. You refuse to actually be normal people and like stop being cruel. Like, you get mad. Trump supporters get mad because we tell you call people undocumented immigrants, not illegal aliens. Trump supporters get mad because we say people have pronouns. Why not use them? Trump supporters get mad because, like, we acknowledge the systemics, or we acknowledge the structures that disenfranchise like marginalized communities. Like, they get so mad. This is the wildest thing, right? This is the wildest thing. There's so many people that are on the right who say, oh, the left, you guys have lost it because all of you are just super woke and you guys want to see this and that and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You want abortions and transgender for everyone, right? That's what they yell. But all it really is that we want people to be treated like people. Like, that's what it really boils down to. Like, we have to defend people and their ability to be people, because the right is trying to strip away people's human rights. They want to dehumanize people. No one's advocating for everyone to get an abortion. No one's advocating for quote unquote transgender for all. No one's advocating for free shit for everyone. But we do think people should be able to be whoever they are, love whoever they are, live however they want to live, as long as they're not hurting other people. And so for people on the right, we seem extreme because people on the left are just like, yeah, they got pronouns, use them. Who gives a shit? Oh, no, you can't say the R word. Whoop-de-doo, big deal. Like, it's super interesting and it's weird. I don't know. Hey, Morgan, thank you so much for the bouquet. I do too, Sid.
Santana,
I absolutely think it should be as well. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Can you give me 2 seconds to finish thanking a couple of people and then we can get into it?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you. W's in the chat for Joe for the $6 donation. And this insufferable guest was on Parker's Live last night. Got absolutely cooked because Trump lost the war in Iran. He's raging out because he knows his ideology is based on a lie and he fell for it. Are we talking about David? Yeah, I saw that. W's in chat for Kathleen for the $1 donation saying, can I see your necklace? Sure. Absolutely. W's in the chat for Brian for the $5 donation saying, this is Brian from earlier. Just wanted to say thank you. Brian, you're fucking awesome. You didn't have to send that, but I appreciate the hell out of you. W's in the chat for Brian for the $5 donation. W's in the chat for Gar for the $4.99 super chat to say Buggy over Shanks. Oh, fucking, you're wrong. Gar, come up here and debate me. You said Buggy over Shanks? Oh, you got to come run me my fade. Ain't no way. And W's in the chat for Ron, who sent a $2 super chat to say, who pissed in this guy's Cheerios this early? You talking about David? I think that's just his default. W's in the chat for Payback, who sent a $1.99 super chat to say, MAGA Cries just wanted to give respect to your mod. MAGA Cries is fucking awesome. One of my super mods. W's in chat for Tucker for the $2 donation and didn't send anything but like bouquet. I appreciate the hell out of you. W's in the chat for Zoe for the $2 donation. And MAGA can't be accepting of others because they don't accept and love themselves. Sorry, I can't donate more. First and foremost, Zoe, thank you so much for the $2. I appreciate you. Like, that's a lot. And, you know, things are crazy. So I appreciate any and everything. But you're right. I think a lot of people that have a lot of issues with accepting themselves won't accept others. So that's factual. W's in the chat for Activista. Hey, Activista, for the $5 super chat to say, take some deep breaths today, favorite nephew. Listen, they won't break my soul, especially not today. W's in the chat for that. Oh, looks like we're all caught up, guys. If anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat, and I will read that out. 2,000 people hanging out here, or 2.1 thousand people hanging out on TikTok. Make sure we're hitting tap the screen. Let's get the likes up to 400,000 likes. Look up at the top. Hit that follow button. We only got 57 new followers and we've been streaming for 2 hours. Come on, guys. I know there's more than 58 people that haven't followed me yet. So please, please, please hit that follow button. Turn on notifications so you know when I go live. All right. Dukes, you said that you disagree with something on the back. Oh, it's gone. Okay. I don't know what happened. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We are only looking for some debates. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Mia, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Okay. Oh, he's back. His phone might have died or he might have lost the signal. Hi.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. You said
I think I lost signal.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You probably lost signal. You disagree with something on the background?
Yeah, I do. I don't agree with the white men, cowards, not victims.
Okay, just to verify, are you a white man?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Why do you disagree with the point that white men are cowards, not victims?
So I guess I want to take it into a different direction. You know, you speak a lot about unity. However, that seems more dividing than anything, that statement that's up there. And I don't know if you do that for debate topics or what.
The reason why I have that topic and topics on the background specifically for this, I want people to have the honest conversation. But W's in the chat for Red. Thank you for that manifesting. W's in the chat, Red. The reason why I have that topic is because I think we should expect more from people. And addressing these issues will help us be a better society, but that doesn't actually disprove the point that's on the background. So why do you disagree with the point that white men, they're cowards, not victims?
Because, I mean, nobody lives in the victim mentality. I mean, if anything, you can go that white men recently, especially with the last administration before this, white men are becoming more victims than usual because of DEI.
We got him, chat.
Qualification.
All right, tell me how white men are more victims because of DEI.
Because there could be an applicant for the job, for a job that has the same requirements, and they shouldn't be snubbed based off the candidate with a different color skin. And that was proven, especially medical school applicants. Same MCAT scores, same GPAs. Yeah, I mean, it's statistically known that with DEI, especially if you look into the medical school applications, people of color got chose with priority over the straight white male.
Okay, let's start here. First and foremost, can you name one piece of legislation that implemented DEI?
One piece of legislation? Well, I don't know. I know that Trump's getting rid of it or got rid of it in the big, beautiful bill.
Can you name one piece of legislation that actually implemented DEI?
I don't have a computer up with me right now, but I'm sure I could fire one up here real quick. Let me look at it.
Sure. Either you can do that or you could teacup for a second.
Just getting on my computer here.
Okay. But Dub's in the chat for Danella for the $1 donation saying if he said women can abort men. Wait, he said if women can abort, men can dip. In short, really? I don't know. I think that like the complexity of like having children is not something that can be relegated to just like, oh, this for that. The one thing that I do believe in though is that women should have the right to bodily autonomy. And no man should be able to tell a woman what they can or cannot do with their bodies. Now, when it comes to like co-parenting or raising kids or whatever, those are like different conversations and how like that looks or whatever. But when it comes to the right to bodily autonomy, like men don't have legislation that governs their bodies, and like women having legislations that govern their bodies is fucking weird. Debbie's in chat for Anthony for the $1 donation saying all these white dudes with black avatars. Yeah, they do it because they feel like it gives them some type of protection. They're cosplaying. That's just
that's not cosplaying. That's Donovan McNabb.
I'm not talking to you right now, Dukes. I was just reading off a donation.
I know, but it's a football player that I admire.
Okay, I mean, that's fine, but please don't interrupt me because I'm not interrupting you, and I wasn't even talking to you at the moment. I was just reading off a donation. But yeah, they do that because they want to cosplay as Black people. It gives them the ability to go in other people's lives and like spam the N-word, or even when they go up on lives, they're like, yeah, I'm Black, and flat out just lying about a lot of stuff. And so there's so much to it when it comes to them being willing to do that. But, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, Deb's in the chat. Thank you so much for that donation. Guys, if anyone else likes support the live, they can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks For You. Santana Speaks For You is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat, and I will read that out. Were you able to find that? Actual legislation?
Yeah, Joe Biden actually in his first week of his term, he rescinded Trump's executive order that denied the systemic racism's existence.
Okay. I said, can you give me one piece of legislation that was signed that implemented DEI into policy?
Well, it was more of a, I guess it wasn't a piece of legislation, but it was more of a push from that.
What does it mean? What does it mean to put something into law?
I mean, to put something in the law, you have to pass a piece of legislation.
Right. So that means that it's like making something happening. What's the difference between implementing and rescinding?
Rescinding is just rewriting it.
Mm-mm. That's not what rescinding means.
I mean, or you just get rid of it. I mean, you rescind something and take it away.
Yep, that's exactly what rescind is. So if we're looking for something that implements, means putting it into place, and you talk about rescinding, which means taking it away, then you and I are talking about two different things. So I'm looking for something that actually implements it.
Okay, well, then it was a notion. It was a big push in that administration. Can we agree on that then? If it wasn't a piece of law, but it was a big push in that administration?
I don't know if I'm ready to talk about that point yet. I'm trying to talk about the basis of everything before we go too far in detail. So again, are you able to provide a piece of legislation that implemented DEI?
So it was executive orders, not congressional legislation.
Can you give me the executive order that implemented DEI?
Yeah, Executive Order 13985.
Okay, give me a second. Is this the one that you just talked about that rescinded it from Biden?
Not sure. That was a different one.
Okay.
And Executive Order 4.
I just want to make sure before I pull it up. All right, Executive Order what? EO?
It's Executive Order 14035.
14035?
Correct.
Okay. And this was, let's see, Executive Order 14035 from Joe Biden, diversity, equity, inclusion. So are you looking at that?
I am, yep.
Okay. Read the title for me.
Diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility in the federal workforce.
Okay, perfect. So this actually jumps ahead because my next question was going to be, what's DEIA? So you should know what DEIA is now, right?
What DEIA is?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a concept for building institutions where everybody belongs.
No, I mean,
able
what
to
does
thrive.
DEIA stand for?
Something. Let me look at it. I don't know if DEIA is something different from just. Diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility. Okay, I didn't know what the accessibility was.
Yeah, like you just read it, and that's why I was saying, yeah, it's accessibility. And we'll talk about it, and we'll talk about that in a moment. Why you don't know about the A and why it's intentionally left off. Why people don't talk about the A, which is the accessibility, which is like super important. All right. June 25th, 2021, by the authority vested in me as president by the Constitution and the law of the United States of America, including section 1104, 3301, and 3302 of Title V of the United States Code, in order to strengthen the federal workforce by promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion and accessibility, I hereby order as following: Section 1, policy. On my first day, I signed Executive Order 138985, advancing racial equity and support for underserved communities through the federal government, which established affirmatively advancing equity, civil rights, racial justice, and equal opportunities and responsibility for the whole government. Furthermore, advance equity within the federal government. This order established that is the policy of the administration to cultivate a workforce that draws from the full diversity of the nation. The nation's largest employers, federal government must model for the diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility, where all employees are treated with dignity and respect. According to the federal government, must strengthen the ability to recruit, hire, develop, promote, and retain our nation's talent and remove barriers to equal opportunities. It must also provide resources and opportunity for strengthening and advancing diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility across the federal government. The federal government should have a workforce that reflects the diversity of the American people. A growing body of evidence demonstrates that diversity, equitable, and inclusion and accessible workplaces yield higher performance organization. And so it just kind of goes on from there. Section 2 talks about the definition for the purpose and order in context of federal workforce. The term underserved community refers to population sharing particular characteristics, as well as graphical communities who have been systemically denied the full opportunity to participate in an aspect of economic, social, and civil life. It goes on to talk about those actual communities, and then it breaks it down the terms diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility, and then agency. So it looks like section 2 is just like going through definitions. Section 3, and you tell me if you disagree with any of this, because you're looking at it right now as well, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. And just stop me if you disagree with anything, because instead of reading the whole thing, I'm just kind of summarizing it. Section 3, government-wide diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibilities initiatives and strategic plan. The Director's Office of Personal Management, OPM, and the Deputy Director of Management of Office of Management and Budget, in coordination with the Chair of Equal Opportunity Commission, in consultation with the Secretary of Labor and the Department of Office and Security and Technology Policy, the Assistant to the President of National Security Affairs, the Assistant to the President, for the domestic policy, the director of, it just names all the people, saying they establish and coordinate the government-wide initiative to promote diversity and inclusion in the federal workforce, expand the scopes, specifically include equity and accessibility.
Hey, Santana, can I interject here, if you don't mind?
Sure.
On something? Okay. So if you're looking section 2, article A in that article.
Okay.
So this is going off of the white men, cowards, not victims, right? Underserved communities. Okay, you see that, the term underserved communities, where it's referring to the populations and the geographic communities. Look at all the ones that they're including in this. So in the communities of color, okay, so why does it not list, like why is underserved communities not related to the white male or the white population?
Why would it be?
There's a lot of underserved communities that have the white population.
Okay, but how is that specific to them being white?
Because
okay. How about this? Because if you want to stop and harp right there, right? So yes, it talks about the colors, Black people, Hispanic people, Latino, Native, Alaskan, Indigenous, Asian, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander, Middle Eastern, and North African. So it goes into race and nationalities, but then it also goes on to sexual orientation, gender identity, So it talks about those, and then it goes into the actual disabilities, first generation professionals or generations of college students, individuals with limited English proficiencies, immigrants, individuals belonging to communities that may face employer barriers, blah, 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 blah. So what this actually does is talks about intersectionality. Do you know what intersectionality is?
Intersectionality. No, I do not.
Okay. Intersectionality speaks to the cross point where you are not just, like a man. You with the patriarchal system, you could be a man, but then within that same system, a black man would fall in a different spot within the patriarchal system than a white man. And so there's been things that have disenfranchised different people depending on where they fall within that hierarchical system. I guess the easiest way to explain this is when the Constitution of the United States of America was signed and implemented, who did it actually, who was the actual Constitution written for?
Was the Constitution of the United States written for?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the people that live under the governing body?
Mm-mm.
So the citizens?
Mm-mm. When the Constitution of the United States of America was signed, it was written for white men that own land. So not just white men. Past that point, every other person has been given rights, right? And you can talk about like rights that have been given or taken away or whatever, but white men, more so specifically rich white men, but white men as a whole have always been full citizens of the United States of America and protected with the United States of America's Constitution. The country's been around for 250 years, approximately. If you had to guess, what percentage of the U.S. population, what percentage of the Congress, that's House, Senate, and presidency, has been comprised of white men?
I guess over 90%.
90% exactly. So when you talk about the reason why white men weren't included in that actual listing, it's because white men are not a marginalized community. They are literally the people that this country was created and catered towards with the Constitution and the way that we have governed the country. Everyone else has been trying to catch up since the creation of the country.
Okay, but can we both agree that the Constitution isn't, I mean, it's a living framework that is ever changing, like over centuries and such?
No,
that the amendments have expanded its reach to marginalized people? And can we agree on that? Like we still don't base our original Constitution off of how it was.
No, we literally
You don't think so?
No, the Constitution of the United States of America, people love to say, oh, it's a living, breathing document. Like it's a piece of, it's something that even the founder said that we shouldn't have for this long. So if we really want to go with the true spirit of what the Constitution was supposed to be, it should actually have been rewritten already. Did you know the United States of America has the oldest Constitution in the history of the world?
Really? No, that's news to me.
Yeah, the United States of America has the oldest Constitution in the history of the world. That means that other countries have updated their constitutions to adjust for the times and for like the development of civilization. The United States of America, well, we keep adding articles and amendments and striking things down and adding things on. And like, that's why at one point women have the right to vote. Now they're trying to attack the 19th Amendment. That's why at one point, immigrants, if they were born here on the land, they were United States citizens, and now they're trying to revoke birthright citizenship. So the point that I'm trying to get across is, even if you talk about the Constitution, Thomas Jefferson said that the Constitution shouldn't last for more than 19 years, his words. And while I don't necessarily say that we should have a new Constitution every 19 years, I do think that having the same Constitution when the country started, understanding that the Constitution wasn't written for all the people, lends itself to being something that was created specifically for one group that doesn't help any other group.
Well, I disagree there. I think it helps a lot of groups in the way that they are able to make amendments and stuff. I mean, what is 13th Amendment? I mean, that abolished slavery. I mean,
No,
if they
it
were
didn't.
just going off the normal. The
13th
13th Amendment, it absolutely did.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. The 13th Amendment abolished slavery.
Have you read the 13th Amendment?
To its entirety? I mean, the full 13th Amendment? No, I just know that the synopsis of it is that it abolished slavery.
It's not. It legalized slavery.
The 13th Amendment legalized slavery.
Yes. We have legalized slavery today in the United States of America.
The 13th Amendment officially abolished slavery and involuntary servitude across the country.
Okay.
Unless I'm missing something.
Okay. Don't worry. I'll put it on the screen. 1 second.
I mean, I've been lied to then in school if the 13th Amendment didn't take away slavery.
Can you see that?
Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime, whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any subject to their jurisdiction.
What does that word "except" means?
Except as a punishment for crime.
Yeah. So that word "except" means what? You still there?
I'm yeah.
So what does that word "except" means?
Except as a punishment for crime, whereof the party shall have been duly
No.
convicted.
I'm not saying keep reading it. I mean the word "except."
Yeah,
what does that mean?
It means that there's an exception to the amendment.
Right. So this actually tells you when you can have slavery and indentured servitude. It legalized it. It
Okay,
didn't get
so
rid
how
of
would you?
it.
So
It legalized it. You understand why I said that now?
Are there slaves today?
Yes.
In the United States?
Yes. Again, like literally it's in the Constitution. It legalized it. It gave the framework to explain when you could put someone into slavery or indentured servitude. Yes. Listen, Dukes, I would honestly love to be able to continue this conversation, but I just checked the time and I have to run. I don't know if you'll be around later or tomorrow or whatever, but if you like, you can feel free to come back and we can finish this conversation because we haven't finished talking about all this stuff, but I actually have a thing I have to get to with my wife, so I gotta call it.
All right, sounds good, boss.
All right, have a good one. Sorry, guys, I just looked at the time and I have to skedaddle because management and I have a thing. And so I have to get out of here. Quick thank yous to Amy. Amy, thank you so much for the $1.37 saying white people, myself included, need to understand that being uncomfortable is important. If you can't be uncomfortable, you'll never grow or learn. We are white people. We need to sit down, shut up and listen. Yeah, I think like listening to marginalized communities are super important and we all need to do more of that. Like we absolutely need to do more of that. That was in the chat for Jeannie for the $4.99 super chat to say, you taught me so much, Santana, happy Pride Month, and to all my fellow members. W's in the chat to you, happy Pride Month. I don't know if I taught you anything, but happy Pride Month. I'm happy that you feel that way and you're here. That was in chat for Gar for the $4.99 say, give me a couple of days to build my argument for Buggy. The rat sources were better than MAGA. All right, go ahead and get your sources and come back. I'm willing to have that debate. Ain't no way you're standing on Buggy is better than Shanks. I'm willing to have that. I'm absolutely willing to have that debate. Debbie's in the chat as well for Manders for the $1.99 and if Jesus came back, he would be out in alligators, Alcatraz, or other concentration camps. Facts. Debbie's in chat for Gratify for the 30 bits for the emote, and then Dubs in chat for gratified for the 30 bits for the emote as well. Dubs in the chat for all the donos, guys. Dubs in the chat for you all being absolutely amazing today. I appreciate the hell out of you. I am sorry that we didn't get to hang out longer on live. It was on me. I had a late start, and I knew that I had a hard stop. I was really thought that I was going to be off a little bit earlier, but I didn't get to finish that up. But make sure, guys, you hit that follow button before you get out of here. Please, please, please hit that follow button. Turn on notifications so you know when we go live. Also, follow me over on YouTube. Hit that thumbs up. Do all the wonderful things. I got to get out of here, but let's hit this outro.
You stepped in the box. Now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here. You better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts type lie, get left in chain. One wrong word, you slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats and get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit.
Hey, Dubs in the chat for the chat. Dubs in the chat for the chat. Thank you so much, Don. I turned it down too low. My bad. There we go. Thank you, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I am glad that we didn't deal with the crash outs. Sometimes we just need a day like, fuck them, we're not doing it. And today was that day to just say, fuck them, we're not doing it. So thank you. Thank you for all hanging out with me. I love you guys. You all are amazing. You are absolutely amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the gifts, taps, likes, shares. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for being amazing. I'll see you maybe later on this evening, maybe tomorrow, one of the two. I love you all. And as always, peace.